City of tales, where cathedrals pierce the sky, secrets whisper, and every corner feels like a movie set. Welcome to Prague, the heart of Europe, and one of the most enchanting cities on the planet. But beyond the tourist photos and postcards lies a deeper magic. In this travel guide, we're unlocking the very best places to experience Prague like never before. Let's begin our journey in the very soul of the city Old Town Square. This is where Prague breathes history. The square is framed by architectural masterpieces, but none as captivating as the astronomical clock. Installed in 1410, it's the oldest working astronomical clock in the world, and every hour, hundreds gather to watch it strike tiny mechanical apostles' march. The skeleton of death rings his bell, and the crowd gasps like it's the first time. But the real charm of the square isn't just the clock, it's the atmosphere. Sit at a cafe with a warm Tredelnik in hand, watch street performers dance under the spires of the Church of Our Lady before tin, and soak in the blend of medieval wonder and modern vibrancy. Whether it's summer or snow-covered winter, Old Town Square is an ever-changing stage. From the square, we stroll across the iconic Charles Bridge. At sunrise, it feels like walking through a dream. The Vltava River shimmering below, mist rising over the water, and 30 Baroque statues lining the bridge like silent guardians. Built in the 14th century under the orders of King Charles IV, this bridge connects Old Town to the Lesser Quarter and remains one of Prague's most unforgettable experiences. Artists and musicians line the path during the day, but in the quiet hours, Charles Bridge takes on an almost spiritual aura. Legends say touching the statue of St. John of Nepomuk brings good luck and guarantees you'll return to Prague. As we cross into the lesser town, Malá Strana, the pace slows. This charming neighborhood is filled with narrow alleyways, hidden gardens, and historic houses that look like they were painted by hand. Here, you'll find the Lenin Wall, a colorful tribute to peace, love, and freedom, once a site of protest during communist rule. Now, a living canvas that changes every day. But no visit to Malá Strana is complete without a ride on the Prague funicular. This hillside tram takes you up to Petrin Hill, offering sweeping views of the city below. At the top, wander through mirror mazes, visit the small Eiffel Tower-inspired lookout, or simply find a quiet bench and let the city's beauty sink in. And then there's Kampa Island, a tranquil escape just steps from the Charles Bridge. Surrounded by the Devil's Stream, Kampa feels like its own world. Stroll past old water wheels, art installations, and riverside paths where swans float by. Grab a coffee from a hidden cafe and listen to the quiet hum of Prague's gentler side. By now, you've only scratched the surface. Prague isn't just a destination, it's an experience. Every corner tells a story, every building holds a legend, and every step is a journey through time. In Chapter 2, we'll climb even higher to Prague Castle and the secrets it keeps hidden within its walls. But for now, pause and take it in. Because in Prague, magic isn't a myth, it's all around you. If you thought Old Town was the heart of Prague, then this next destination is its crown. Towering high above the city, perched on a hill with a commanding view, stands one of the most majestic landmarks in all of Europe. Prague Castle isn't just a building, it's a living history book, a symbol of Czech identity, and the largest ancient castle complex in the world. And trust me, the moment you step through its gates, you'll feel like you've entered a different era. Your adventure begins as you walk up the grand castle steps or take the tram to the top. The moment you arrive at the gates, you're greeted by the sight of royal guards in their crisp uniforms. If you time it right, you'll witness the ceremonial changing of the guard, a tradition full of pomp and precision. But that's just the beginning. Inside, the St. Vitus Cathedral dominates the skyline. It's impossible to overstate how breathtaking this Gothic masterpiece is. Its soaring spires, intricate stained glass windows, and centuries-old tombs make it a spiritual and architectural marvel. Step inside and you'll be immersed in hushed reverence. Sunlight filters through colorful glass, casting rainbows on stone pillars. In the back of the cathedral lies the tomb of Saint Wenceslas, the patron saint of the Czech Republic, and the coronation chamber, where Czech kings were once crowned. From the cathedral, follow the cobbled paths deeper into the castle grounds. You'll pass the old royal palace, a blend of medieval, Renaissance, and Baroque design. It houses Vladislav Hall, once used for banquets, markets, even jousting tournaments, and offers panoramic views of the city from its southern balcony. But Prague Castle holds more than beauty, it holds secrets. One of the most mysterious spots is Golden Lane, a tiny, colorful street tucked within the castle walls. These 16th century houses once sheltered alchemists, soldiers, and even famous writer Franz Kafka. Today, they're restored into small museums and shops. Walk through them, and you'll feel time rewind. It's easy to imagine a candlelit room filled with strange powders and bubbling experiments, as someone tried to turn metal into gold or unlock eternal life. And then there's Daliborka Tower, a former prison where nobleman Dalibor of Kozogety was held, a tragic figure whose story inspired one of the first Czech operas. The tower still echoes with history, its walls bearing silent witness to centuries of captivity, rebellion, and hope. St. George's Basilica, ancient, heavy with history. It's a quiet place, a contrast to the grandeur of St. Vitus, and it invites reflection about the rise and fall of empires, and how much has changed, and yet stayed the same. As you exit the castle, don't forget to turn around and take in the view rooftops spilling across the landscape, the Vltava River carving through the city, and spires reaching for the clouds. It's no wonder they call Prague the city of 100 spires. From up here, you truly see its soul. But the castle isn't just a historical relic. It's alive. It hosts concerts, exhibitions, and cultural events year-round. And at night, when the crowds thin and the lights glow softly on stone, it feels almost sacred. A reminder that even after 1,000 years, Prague still knows how to enchant. So take your time here, breathe in the history, stand where kings once stood. Because in Prague Castle, you're not just seeing the city, you're becoming part of its story. Prague isn't just a city frozen in time, it's alive, beating with energy that pulses through hidden courtyards, local cafes, underground jazz clubs, and markets bursting with flavor. Beyond the iconic cathedrals and castle walls lies the soul of the city in its neighborhoods, its people, and the quiet magic of everyday life. This chapter is all about feeling Prague, not just seeing it. Let's begin in Vinohrady, one of Prague's most stylish and livable districts. Just a short walk from the city center, it's where locals actually live, and where you'll find the perfect balance between elegance and authenticity. Wide boulevards lined with pastel Art Nouveau buildings, leafy parks, cozy bistros, and vibrant farmers markets define this neighborhood. Start your morning at Jiří Hospoděbrat Square, where you'll find the bold and fascinating church of the Most Sacred Heart of Our Lord, a modernist landmark unlike anything else in Prague. The square hosts weekly farmers markets offering fresh pastries, honey, herbs, and handmade Czech goods. Grab a cup of locally roasted coffee, sit on a bench, and listen to the hum of real life unfolding around you. From there, wander through Havlíčkovy Sady, also known as Grabovka Park. This lush, terraced park offers not just beautiful views of the city, but also a surprising treat, a working vineyard. Yes, you can sip wine while looking out over the rooftops of Prague, surrounded by sculptures, fountains, and 19th century pavilions. It's romantic, relaxed, and a favorite escape for those in the know. Next, we head to Žižkov, Prague's rebellious, bohemian heart. Once known for its working-class grit and communist resistance, today Žižkov is filled with edgy bars, underground music venues, and street art murals. The vibe here is raw and real. You'll find students, artists, and lifelong locals gathered in dimly lit pubs, sharing stories over cheap, excellent Czech beer. At the top of the hill stands the Žižkov television tower, often called the ugliest building in Prague, but also one of its most fascinating. Designed in the communist era, and later adorned with surreal baby sculptures by artist David Cherney, the tower now houses a futuristic observatory and a fine dining restaurant with panoramic views. As evening falls, make your way back toward the river, into the neighborhood of Nové Město, or Newtown. Despite its name, it dates back to the 14th century, yet it pulses with modern energy. Here you'll find Wenceslas Square, the epicenter of political uprisings, revolutions, and national celebrations. It's more than a shopping avenue, it's where history has been made. Don't miss Lucerna Passage, a hidden Art Deco arcade just off the square. Walk under chandeliers, through vintage cinemas, and under the bizarre upside-down horse statue, another work by Czerny, both confusing and hilarious. At night, Lucerna transforms into a nostalgic ballroom and live music venue, like stepping into a time machine. Now let's talk about food. Real Czech cuisine is hearty, comforting, and full of flavor. Try svíčková marinated beef with creamy sauce and bread dumplings, or goulash with thick gravy and a cold pilsner. Visit Lokal, a beloved chain serving traditional dishes in a no-nonsense setting. Or for a modern twist, explore the rising number of bistros serving Czech fusion cuisine, using local ingredients with global inspiration. And if you're into something sweet, don't leave without trying Trottelnik, a cinnamon sugar pastry cooked on an open flame. Yes, it's a bit touristy, but it's also delicious, especially when filled with ice cream on a summer evening. The magic of Prague isn't only in its monuments. It's in sipping wine in the park, in wandering streets without a map, in hearing church bells echo down alleyways you never planned to find. It's in discovering a jazz band playing in a cellar that feels like a secret, or buying something handmade from a market stall and chatting with a local vendor. This is the version of Prague most visitors never truly see, and once you do, you'll understand why people fall in love with this city, not just for its beauty, but for its rhythm. Some cities sparkle during the day, but Prague truly comes alive at night. As the sun dips below the rooftops and the city bathes in gold, shadows stretch across ancient cobblestones. Lights dance along the riverbanks, and the soul of the city whispers through the air. This chapter is your perfect ending. A twilight journey through Prague's most magical riverfront views, hidden gems, and unforgettable experiences that will stay with you long after you leave. Let's begin where Prague reveals its most iconic view, along the banks of the Vltava River. At golden hour, head to the Mons Bridge, or Legion Bridge, for a picture-perfect panorama of the Charles Bridge, with its medieval towers, statues, and spires rising in the distance. The light catches the water just right, glowing amber and silver as tour boats glide quietly underneath. It's not just a view, it's a painting come to life. Walk along Smetanovo Nabreží, a promenade lined with historical buildings, elegant cafes, and street performers. Grab a drink, listen to the soft strum of a guitar, and watch the sunset behind Prague Castle. If you're lucky, you'll catch the castle lights flicker on, just as the last bit of daylight fades, a perfect moment frozen in time. But don't stop there. For a more relaxed local vibe, make your way to Naplavka, Prague's coolest riverfront hangout. What used to be a quiet dock is now a lively stretch of floating bars, food trucks, live music, and pop-up markets. Locals come here to relax with a drink, watch the swans, and feel the rhythm of the city at their feet. Whether it's a beer in hand, or just a slow stroll along the water, Naplavka is where you'll feel Prague breathing in real time. If you're seeking romance, head uphill to Letna Park, especially around dusk. From here, the view is simply unreal. The Vltava River, weaving through the city, crossed by bridges like pearls on a string. Bring a blanket, maybe a picnic, and settle in to watch the city lights flicker on. This is where lovers come to talk. Photographers wait for the perfect shot, and solo travelers pause in quiet awe. Nearby, you'll find the Metronome, a massive structure built where a statue of Stalin once stood. Today, it's a symbol of freedom and a popular spot for skaters, musicians, and dreamers. The juxtaposition of past and present here is powerful, a reminder that Prague is not just beautiful, it's resilient. Now let's get a little more off the beaten path. Tucked between the castle and the river lies Nový Svět, the New World. Despite its name, this neighborhood is one of the oldest and most charming in Prague. Narrow lanes, tiny houses, lantern-lit paths. It's like stepping into a fairy tale that even locals forget exists. No crowds, no noise, just you and the quiet charm of a hidden Prague. And then, when night fully falls, treat yourself to a Vltava river cruise. With the city aglow, the castles, bridges, and churches reflecting in the water, it's nothing short of magical. Choose a dinner cruise for the full experience, or a simple ride to see the city from a new perspective. Either way, This is the perfect grand finale to your Prague adventure. For the night owls, Prague offers no shortage of after-dark experiences. Cozy underground wine bars, candlelit jazz clubs in centuries-old basements, rooftop lounges with skyline views, and late-night cafes where conversations stretch until dawn. Try Hemingway Bar for world-class cocktails, or catch a live performance at Reduta Jazz Club, where even Bill Clinton once played the saxophone. But perhaps the most powerful moments in Prague happen when you're not chasing anything at all. When you wander through an empty alley illuminated by a single lantern. When you hear distant bells echo through a sleeping square. Or when you sit quietly by the river, knowing the city with all its beauty, history, and heart has shared something sacred with you. Prague isn't a city you just visit. It's a city that changes you, one that calls you back, again and again. Your journey through Prague may end here, but the story doesn't. You've walked the streets of emperors and artists, tasted the culture, and touched a city built on magic and memory. And whether you return in a month, a year, or only in dreams, one thing is certain: Prague stays with you. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed exploring Prague as much as I enjoyed guiding you through it. If you found this travel guide helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more beautiful destinations from around the world. Got a favorite spot in Prague? Drop it in the comments, I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, safe travels, and see you in the next video.